Hello guys, welcome back to our channel. We are so excited to have you again. The issue of Fulani herdsmen activity in the southwest has been generally discussed by so many people, and they are issuing out different advice, even as Rotimi Akeredolu has taken a decision not to allow them stay in his forest reserve again. But despite his step, the leader of indigenous people of Biafra has advised the southwest youth on what to do. And shockingly, he's not even taking into consideration what Akeredolu has done, because he has given reasons why Akeredolu may change in the nearest future. But I'd advise the southwest youth to take their destiny in their hands. His advice is quite a stunning one, and it's worth listening to. Just let's look at the news and we'll discuss at large what he had to say. And according to the news, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, has told Yoruba youths that the security of their lives and property, including those of their parents, is their responsibility, and therefore should not really rely on their governors, because like the southeast and south-south governors, they will not protect them. Nnamdi Kanu, in a statement by the group media and publicity secretary Powerful, reminded the Yoruba youth that southwest governors did nothing when killer herdsmen kidnapped and killed a Yoruba leader, Postery's daughter, on Yoruba soil. Nnamdi Kanu noted that the southwest governors, particularly the Ondo State governor, cannot sustain any stand against killer herdsmen activities suspected to be Fulanis, because they belong almost to the same political party, urging the youths to rise up to the occasion like the Eastern youths have done with Eastern Security Network (ESN) and take their destiny in their hands. Kanu warned the youths that any attempt to compromise will be the end of the Yoruba nation. Nnamdi Kanu's statement reads in part, and I quote, he says, "Somehow I knew he didn't have the balls to withstand their caliphate master. His resistance didn't last long, did it? Like his eastern counterpart, he has capitulated. Which one is Fulani's herdsman permit? Do you mean you have governor or government licensed terrorists operating in Yoruba forest? No. No wonder Posterity daughter was murdered on Yoruba soil by these licensed killers in Yoruba land, and the southwest governor did nothing. Everybody knows Mighty Allah cattle breeders in Nigeria are the dreaded killers, bandits, and terrorists, raping, killing, and pillaging our indigenous communities. Only God knows what they have promised these governors, or perhaps the media heat from the caliphate is too much for him to bear. My Yoruba folks, especially the youth, please learn something from Eastern Security Network (ESN). Defend your land and forest yourself with your lives. If you surrender your future to these unstable politicians, your children and those unborn will be slaves forever. If in doubt, look at what became of the once great Hausa race. Today, Fulani origin have reduced them to nothing, absolutely nothing. A once proud, tolerant, loving, and technologically advanced race like the Hausa is now a shadow of itself, because they made the same mistake Yoruba youths are about to make today. Sokoto was once a striving Hausa city called Guba, until Fulani from Senegambia asked and were given permission to graze their cattle in their bushes. Before they realized what was happening, their land was taken over and renamed before their eyes. Yoruba, wake up and stand your ground. If you compromise now, you are finished. Those were the words of Nnamdi Kanu to the people of Southwest, precisely the young people there. And I tell you the truth that this is very important, because if you listen to the info, you realize Nnamdi Kanu is a man of history. Most of the steps he has taken thus far is traceable to history. He doesn't just do things anyhow. He looks at the history, and on the basis of the history, you now see him taking some drastic steps. That's why he had decided to advise them that way. And I feel at this point that they should listen and they should try within their best, just like Sunday Igboho is doing. They should see how they can liaise together and form a formidable force that will help protect their forests from these Fulani haters. Look at what happened in Sokoto. Most people may not know, especially the young people, they may not really understand what actually happened in Sokoto, why Sokoto was being named. But he has been able to give us an understanding. In other words, I'm not just, what he's trying to tell them is that I'm not just talking because I have to talk, but I am talking because there are history pointing to the fact that if this guy stays longer with you and you permit them to continually inherit your forest in the name of grazing, before you know, they'll take over the greater part of your life and they will turn you to a slave in your own country. This is really serious. And I feel that as much as, you're allowing them to stay there, you need to let them understand you are in charge. They don't have to detect for you what you should do in your community. They don't have to tell you what you should do in your community. There are certain persons, there's this adage that when you're eating with the devil, you've got to use a long spoon. You understand? Because he can make any decision at any time. And I feel that that is what Nnamdi Kanu is trying to tell the Yoruba youths. Wake up and ensure that you protect your tomorrow, because it will be a great shame that tomorrow these guys will beat their hands in the chest that anywhere we go to, we conquer and we take over that place. Akeredolu, for me, he has tried his little best, but unfortunately, being regulated by, party senses and all of that can go an extra mile in affecting, your relationship and your responsibility to your own people. Whatever the president has said, as good as what maybe he has a good meaning for it, but however, you got to look at the past, the history. What does it say about these people? Can we allow them to stay? Look at what had happened in the north. Greater number of people who have died in the north is actually not even Boko Haram. Yeah, Boko Haram had been a great menace to, the northerners, but terrorists, when it comes to the issue of raping, banditry, it is the Fulani haters. Fulani haters, they are behind it. And it seems as if nobody really cares what they are doing. They are like necessary evil. You can't live without them. But I feel that people can wake up and say, well, this is our standpoint. That's what Nnamdi Kanu is saying. This is our standpoint. We can't allow these people, no matter what, let them know I am in charge. Yes, you've got to let them know that we are in charge, the Yoruba people are in charge, and make sure you protect your own heritage. Nigeria is one big country, but smartness is overly important. Look at just what happened. If you have seen, look at some of the news I've presented. For example, the issue of APC disintegration, almost process of disintegration. That's what I think it is, because already CPC, they have opted out from the coalition agreement. And they now have a party of their own. They call it New Nigeria Movement. You understand? While before now, in 2011, they all agreed. We are going to work together, give our own candidate a chance. They gave them a chance. Most of those people in CPC were made up of, especially the leaders, they were all northerners. Now it's time for you people to assist the South. You've opted out and say, well, we don't have any business with you guys again. So you've got to be smart. You don't have to be stupid. You've got to be smart. Because, hey, no matter how strong any government is, this and that, 4 years, 8 years max, is going to leave. Another government will take over. But let it be that in every government, you are there defending your own people. Whoever that comes in to stay will allow you to stay, but be rest assured that it will be in our own terms. Now, we go tell you what to do in our land. You understand? Now we go tell you, go can't tell us what thing, you do in our own land. You've got to let them understand that, because that's the only way you can protect yourself from, being stripped of those things that are yours. Because it will be a big shame if those things that you claim are yours are being taken away from you in your very crew, they take it away from you, it will be a big shame. That's where I like to leave it. Just go to our comment section. Let's interact. What's your viewpoint on what Nnamdi Kanu had to tell the people of Southwest, especially the youth? Let's interact in our comment section. Thank you and stay tuned.